Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Gagan Thakur. So now we in the last video we saw subflows, and now I went ahead and created some more subflows. So I'll explain why I did that. If you see that I showed you the subflow for new customer. Now I created a subflow for savings account, current account, and credit card also. So if you see here, savings account, current account, and new customer, and credit card. But I created another subflow called account verification. Now why that? Because either you are a savings account customer, or you are a current account customer, or you are a credit card customer. I cannot give you more information without I authenticate you. Right now, authentication is something which is useful in all the three flows, and that's why I created a separate subflow that will be reused in these three flows, and that's the advantage of subflows. So you can reuse the logic. Okay, so we are going to modify this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a subflow here. Okay, so we'll call this subflow call here. Okay, and because I'm going to savings, so I'll call savings account subflow. And for our readability, I'll call it saving subflow. Okay, then I will create another subflow for current account, so I'll go to the drop down. Current account. So first you need to create these subflows, then only you'll see those in the drop down. Okay, so that's the process. And then I'll call it current subflow. And then the third one is credit card, so I will again use subflow call, and here I will go and I'll say credit card, and I will change this to uh, credit card subflow. Okay, and then what we'll do is, now in case of saving, we'll say that don't go to hang up, go to savings. Okay, like this. Yeah, and I will just drag it a bit down. Okay, so align this. Okay, so I'm just trying to restructure so we can create some space in here, and that's why we don't want to put multiple states in a single page. Here we can create multiple pages also, like if you feel that there are not much space left, we can create a new page. I'll just right click new page, and there you go, there is a new page, and I can create, this is a connector, so I can continue my logic from this page to this page. Right now I'm not doing that, but anyways, so let's go ahead. So this is the savings one, there you go. And then this will in turn no, for now I'm saying that it will go to hang up. Okay, yeah, so this guy is going to hang up. Now for the current one also, I am doing that, I am putting it here, and for credit card also I will put it here. Okay, and then let me bring it here, center, go up a bit. Just I am actually obsessed with this thing, when it looks good, it feels good. There. And we will also organize these guys in here. There you go. Again, sorry, I'll do undo, not both of them, just this one. So you can also move, like you can select multiple elements and then you can move them together. Another feature that we have here is you can group the elements, like I can actually group them. Select both, go here, group element. When you group, so these two elements are part of one now. Okay, now you see this is how it looks. Okay, so I'll say go back, and I will actually undo, we're not using this. So you can also use group. So if you feel that there's a particular block of elements that you're using multiple times, you can group those, and once you group them, okay, you can use them multiple times throughout the application also. Okay, so anyways, now all these will go to next, I mean to the hang up. Okay, so this is our current call. This is how it looks. uh, I will also put it here so it looks symmetrical. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the call flow. Now what I'm saying, that in case of new customer, there is no we are not doing any authentication, but in case of savings account or current account or credit card, we are doing authentication. So it will go to savings sf. In the savings sf, what I'm doing, I'm calling account verification. Okay, then I'm just playing something that, okay, you're authenticated or something. Okay, so let me see what I'm playing here. I'm saying your saving account is verified, okay, something like that, and we are going back. Okay, same thing I have done for current account. I'm calling verification, I'm playing some message, meaningful message, and going back. Okay, so we are simply doing verification. We have not implemented any functionality what we want to do after verification, so we are going one step at a time. Okay, so now in the verification, so let's go to the verification. So this is the verification. Okay, now I am going to, so let me delete this guy for now. Okay, and we'll start from scratch. So I'm going to introduce you to this new thing called DS now, decision. Okay, so now when it comes here, how do we want to verify? Okay, for now we are using hard-coded value. Now you can integrate with the backend. You may call a DB, fetch the data from the DB, or you can call a REST call, whatever you want to do. Okay, that's possible. For that, if you want to write a DB, or if you want to um, uh, um, call a REST service or whatever, okay, you can use this element called action in here. Okay, so with the help of action, you can actually call the Java, backend Java, or you can do some complex operations. They also have this class called web service, which is also an action element. To be honest, I never used it. So you can specify the URL of the WSDL, I believe, and then the service, the port, the operation, the runtime, all the settings in here. Okay, and based on that, it will give you two exit states. One is done, another one is exception. So it will either return a success response, or it will throw an exception. So based on that, I always use, I mostly use action element, and in the action element I give my Java class, and in the Java class I write the logic. That's how I do it. But here we are simply using a hard-coded value. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do is we need to collect. So for verification, what I'm doing, I'm going to ask them to enter their account number, okay, or credit card number, whatever. So I'm just collecting a 5-digit number from them, just to make it super simple. Okay, so I want to collect something from them, and I want to play something with to them. Okay, for that, we have used menu where we play something and we collect. Okay, now there is already an inbuilt element by Cisco. It's called number capture. Okay, so I'm going to do that. In the number capture, they have digits, number, and phone. Okay, if you go with digits with confirmation, it will, once you give the digit, like if you press 1 2 3, it will confirm. Or if you press 1, it will confirm did you press 1. If you in case of number with confirmation, if you press 1 2 3 4 5, it will say did you press 1 2 3 4 5. So it will always confirm whatever you have given the input before it actually accepts the input. So there could be scenarios like this is a ideal scenario where we should be actually confirming, because if they give me a wrong number, if I go to a database, fire a query and check, and if it fails, then I am actually consuming my resources, and I'm wasting my customers time also. Instead, why don't, if it's a sensitive data or if it's a critical data, why don't I confirm with the customer before I actually use the data to hit the backend, right? But in our case, we are just want to keep it simple, so I'm going to use this number. Okay, it's also a voice element, and I can give it like something like uh, account number or something. Okay, I can call it account number DM. Okay, DM means dialog model. That's the practice I follow. It's not needed that you should also do this. Now I'll say that in the verification, first enter here, and then here I want to play something. Okay, so here I'll rename this to initial. Okay, and I'll play something. So I'll say uh, please enter your 5-digit account number. Okay, so I'm asking them to enter the account number. Now if you see in the settings, we don't configure anything because it will just accept the one number. Okay, so in the menu that we used, there were multiple items it could accept, so that's why we configured here. But here it's going to accept any number. Now it will accept any number. The thing is, it will accept any number. Okay, you cannot specify like how many digits of number. So for that, we can use grammars, but that's for another video. So let's say, user can enter any numbers, and in the general, I never talked about this, but here, you can actually click on this, and you can specify a Java class, and you can write a Java class to play the prompts, or to handle no match, no input, or any logic that you want to write. But we are not doing it, so I'm just not checking it. Okay, now once the customer gives a number, Okay, what we want to do, we want to check, let's say they enter 1 2 3 4 5, so I will check if 1 2 3 4 5 exist in my database or something like that. Okay, if yes, I will authenticate them or I will not authenticate them. There is a decision element. Okay, so for decision there is something called, if you scroll down in the element span, there is something called decision. Okay, so I will rename it to account number decision or something, account number ds or something. Okay, and then from here I'll go to this. If it's a maximum match, okay, let it be. Okay, if it's a we will define that later. Okay, so there you go. Okay, now so we are saying that uh, please give me the account number. Once the account number is given, we are going to the ds. Now in decision there are multiple ways. You can use an xml, you can write an xml to compare. Okay, if you go here, this is how you can write an xml. You can use a class, you can specify a java class and you write all your logic in the java class. Okay, you can use a uri. If you have a code running somewhere, you can simply give the uri from where it can fetch it. But for now we are going to use decision editor. It's a front-end tool. Okay, so let me go. So I'm here. Okay, now uh, in case of decision, if all the elements that we saw, they have an exit state. Okay, so like they can have one exit state, menu can have multiple exit state, but decision will always have more than one. Because if you're decision doing a decision, there could be a possibility that there are possibilities of returning more than one value. Okay, so decision will always have more than one return. So how do we do that? Okay, so otherwise I'll say return fail. Okay, that means if the condition does not satisfy, return fail. Okay, now here in the argument type I will say element data. Okay, so see, there are two types of data. Okay, that we use mostly. One is element data, another is session data. Session data is available throughout the application, and you can modify the session data in the application at any element level. Okay, so for, let's say you got the data, one element is setting the data, and any other element can actually reset the data or change the value. But in case of element data, you can access that element data at any other state, but the state which has set the data has the power to replace the data. I mean, you cannot change the value of that data. That's when element data is used. Okay, so why we are using element data? Because I want that whatever value got collected in the account number dm, in this particular element I want that value. Okay, so I will say element data, and then I will say pick it from this account number dm, and variable is value and value confidence. Okay, so it also returns confidence and it also returns value. I want the value, and I'll say if it's equals. Okay, so there are multiple operations here. I'll say if it equals to, now I can specify element data, session data, but I'll use a constant number. If I say if it equals to 1 2 3 4 5, that means if a customer presses 1 2 3 4 5, then only return true, or then only return success, otherwise return failure, something like this. Okay, so this is how, so this is my decision. Now if you see in the exit state, I will see two exit states, success and failure. That's what I defined. Okay, so if it returns success, so simply uh, just for the simplicity sake of simplicity, I will use two audios, uh, and I'll say uh, auth success pp, that means authentication success, and second is auth fail pp, so that we get to know that, whether it failed or succeeded. Okay, so exit success, there you go, exit failure, there you go. Okay, so now I have these guys in here. Okay, so I'll play if it's success. So we'll go to audio groups, initial audio items, and I'll say your you you are authenticated. Simple, right? Okay, and save, and then in this case I will say there you go, your authentication failed. Simple, right? Okay, then again it's a subflow, we cannot hang up, so we need to return the call. So for that, subflow return. Okay, exit state done, exit state done. Let's align them. There you go. And then now here, if user doesn't give the right thing, okay, I will always wants to go to failure. Okay, it cannot be success. I'll say maximum match, go to failure, exit maximum match, go to failure. What else we can do here is we can write another pp and say that you entered a wrong input, that's why we are failing you or something, because in this case we will not get to know that whether they gave wrong input multiple times or the input that they give was incorrect as per the validation. Okay, but we can do that later, so let it be. Okay, so this is the one. The flow is ready now. What will happen that it will play welcome message, then it will ask the user to choose an option. If user chooses 2, it will go to saving sf. In here it will go to account sf verification, and then it will ask user to enter a number. User will enter a number, we will check the number. If the number is 1 2 3 4 5, we will authenticate, we will go back. Okay, we will go back to here because this is the one who called it, and then we'll go here, your saving account is verified, and then we again return it to here, and then we'll end the call. So this is the flow, right? So what's the best practice? We'll go again here, validate, and there you go. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. So validation failed, there was some error. Okay, let's see what's the error. So if there is a validation error, then you will see this here in the call studio problem, and it says that please connect all existed from this element, because we created this new page and there is no connection in here, that's why it's complaining. So I will simply go and delete this guy. Okay, and now I'm going to validate it again it failed. Okay, and now it's complaining for what? Please connect all. Oh sorry, we did not save it. Okay, now let's validate. Boom, everything is okay. Now let me try to debug it again. Let's see if this work this time, otherwise I'll fix it and come back. So let me click on debug call studio project. Fingers crossed. mm, no, this is the connect button is not enabled yet. uh, this seems to be a problem, but last time when I restarted this guy, it started working. So let me try to do that again. So I'm terminating the session, yes, terminated, and now let me restart. Okay. So yeah, it's getting restarted now. So I believe that you got the importance of subflow, like why we write subflow, and how we can reuse the logic using a subflow. It's a super important thing. Okay, now it's restarted. So let me try again. Let's see if luck favors us this time. Okay. So it's getting started. And if you have any questions, because I cannot go on explaining everything, so if you have any questions, please put it in the comments and I'll make sure I answer those questions. Okay, now the server has started already and the connect button is there. I'll click on connect. Okay, and we'll track the savings flow. Okay, and I'll show you the logs also. So let's see, it's getting started. Okay, I'm pressing 2 and I'm saying enter it. Okay, now I'm entering my 5-digit account number 12345 and I'm saying enter, and see you guys, there you go, we authenticated. Now I'll try to give another input. Okay, so I'll clear this, I'll connect again, and now this time I'll give 12345 6. Okay, so I'll do 2, enter. Okay, I'm giving the wrong number now. See, the authentication failed. Okay, now my there is some problem. Even though the authentication failed, I'm still playing your savings account is verified. This is wrong, right? We should not play this. So what the problem here is that in the savings account we are always playing this pp, right? We are always playing the authenticated, but we should be playing, we should not be playing anything here. We should simply be returning, or we should be setting some variable in there, checking the variable in here. Okay, we can write a ds here or something like that. Okay, but that's not a problem. But now let's go and see the logs. So this is the one, I believe. Yeah, error logs. There are no error logs. Let's go to the activity logs. In the activity logs, 1541 recent logs are, these are the recent logs. Okay, here you see. Okay, so we went to welcome pp, then we went to account type, I pressed 2. After that it went to savings account pp, then it went to the sf subflow. Okay, from the subflow it went to savings account, and then from here it went to account verification. From account verification I pressed 1 2 3 4 5, and then after pressing 1 2 3 4 5 it returns success. And then after that, it went to auth success pp. From there it went to subflow return. From there it went to again come back to the calling app account savings account. From here it went to disconnect. Okay, from played the pp, and then it went to return, and it went to disconnect. So this is the flow. I hope this video was useful. Thank you so much.